This reading is for somebody who's been going through a process of healing, and I also feel some sort of transformation, whether it be physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, what have you. But, you know, I feel like it's no longer the time for rest, non action. I think it's time to make a move when it comes to something that your intuition has kind of been like hinting at you about, giving you those little nudges, right? I feel like the universe may have recently been sending you signs and messages about this particular thing that you are being called to take action upon. Now, firstly, we have card number 3, dreaming, which speaks to your intuition, right? Listening closely for those messages from the universe, signs from your body. You know, there are so many different ways that your intuition can interact with you. You just have to be aware, you know. And I feel like with that, here we have the Ace of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Tower. And as I said just a moment ago, you know, there's something that, you know, the universe has kind of been nudging you to like take action on, right? And I feel like once you're honest with yourself and others about this, it's going to bring you to a calmer place in your life where, you know, you're going to, it may not feel very calm at first because it's going to break down, right? What you believe to be your foundation. And sometimes that can really seem the complete opposite of good. That can cause panic. But if you give it a moment, if you give it a little bit of time, you know, you'll realize how positive it is because, you know, when the universe shakes shit up in your life, it's because it's a monumental time for major change, right? And facilitating major change requires a breaking down of what was to then remake it into what, you know, you have been becoming, what you've been walking towards, what you've been working even towards. Now, next we have desiring transformation, which represents going with the flow. And with that, we have the Knight of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Three of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. So, you know, in a sense, I get that this has to do with your career or whatever it is you do for work, okay? Because the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. And then to have that next to the Hanged Man and the Three of Pentacles, you know, that's like you're taking action as you have this change in perception, possibly about, you know, a work partnership. But regardless, you know, you're making that major move towards stability, you know, because here we have, you see all of these grapes in the card, right? In the tarot, you know, grapes stand, or rather represent something that is very difficult to grow. And you see the overabundance there, like there's major success, stability, like you're surrounded by friends, family, you know, having a feast. Like, I feel like this is something that you may have wanted to take action on for quite some time, but you weren't maybe quite sure about how others in your life would receive it. Now, next we have card number 10, traveling, which speaks to making a plan and really embracing the unknown, okay? And I feel like, you know, with both dreaming and travel, I get that you could maybe be someone who travels on the astral plane, you know? But here with traveling, we have the King of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Swords, which, take note, we had the Queen of Pentacles for like the individual who this reading will more than likely speak to. So I feel like you could possibly be finding like your counterpart in this process. So, if this has to do with work, it could be somebody who does what you do. And again, here we have grapes, which are representative of something that is very difficult to grow, something that, really takes time and effort and care. And then, again, another card of fast movement, the Eight of Wands, right? So I get that somebody may have been making a plan to move forward towards you. They may have been planning this for quite some time. Again, with the grapes, like these are things that take time and care and effort. And to have the Eight of Wands, which is like fast movement forward, and that can also represent like many messages coming in at once, like a bombardment, if you will, of messages. This speaks to me of somebody who's like very eager. And with the Queen of Swords, this person, they might be a bit blunt. They may not really even be thinking all that clearly. They just may be sending message after message after message, and not realizing that maybe they might be coming off in a particular way. But next up, we have desiring belonging, which I guess you can say is kind of self-explanatory, but in the book for this card in particular, it speaks to, engaging with your community, spending time around those that make you feel accepted and loved. And with that, we have the Ten of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. So this speaks to me about, delegating your burdens, like handing them off, separating them out, handing them out to others in your community so that you can focus on your craft or whatever it is that you're trying to work on. So, you can get your ducks in a row, so to say. You could be trying to determine, is the juice worth the squeeze? All right, so this is the message that I have for you today. I do hope it serves you well. Do be gentle with yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.